Hello everyone, and welcome to the Vital Bracelet video. The Vital Bracelet series has really given us a bunch of Digimon who are fairly underrated and haven't really shown up on any other V-Pets or even in the anime or the manga or anything really, or haven't really been shown off for a long time. We've also had new Digimon, such as obviously Pulsemon, as well as the upcoming SPmon Dim card, but there are a few Digimon that haven't been on a Vital Bracelet Dim card yet, but I can honestly see really fitting in there. Of course, it goes without saying that I feel like Appmon would make a really good Dim card, especially because by nature Appmon are apps. And there's also Pulsemon, who looks a little bit like Dokamon, who is an Appmon. So, with that out of the way, let's look at actual Digimon rather than their Appmon counterparts. So, first, while we already have Jumojimon, there's honestly never enough Jumojimon in all the series, so let's have one of those variants, those colour variants, and let's go with Nisei Jumojimon, which is Jumojimon, but with a moustache. This could fit pretty well for like a Harrismon Dim, if we ever do see one with Harrismon, which I kind of want, especially now that Rearise has closed down. I'd be excited to see Harrismon again. We did of course have Harrismon in a recent-ish episode of Ghost Game, so it'd be nice to see Harrismon popping around for a little bit longer. In terms of another Digimon that I can honestly see fitting really well on both a Dim and a Harrismon Dim is Togemugamon, who is Wormmon but with the Digimental Friendship. Now, we have seen a few armor evolutions popping around on various Dim cards, so I would love to see Togemugamon on one of them because it's actually one of my favourite armor forms. My other favourite armor form is Rinkmon, who is Hawkmon with the Digimental Friendship, and honestly, Rinkmon would also fit on a Dim, maybe a Hawkmon Dim. And this is by far my favourite armor evolution, but there are a lot of armor evolutions that are just amazing and that we just don't see enough. Both Rinkmon and Togemugamon haven't really appeared on much, and I think it's time for a change for that one. Other Digimon, which is honestly surprising that we haven't seen much of, is a Digimon that also is surprisingly not available on any virtual pets, not including their X-antibody counterpart, and that is, surprisingly, Karamon and his evolutions. Maybe the rest of this Dim card could also be an Algomon roster, and if we're doing Dims from now on that have 2 child-level Digimons instead of just the one, I could see a Karamon and Algomon Dim coming out, because some of their evolutions can kind of be seen alongside each other. So let's go with that. I could also see Eosmon also being on this Dim, so similar sort of a theme of Digimon that appears on the internet and is sort of like a computer bug kind of Digimon. So that's another one that could also fit on a hypothetical Karamon or Algomon Dim card. And I just love Karamon. It's honestly surprising that this Digimon that's been around in the anime quite a bit with Digimon Adventure and our war game, but hasn't really been on a virtual pet, as I said, again, not including his X-antibody counterpart. So I would love to see that on a Dim. Another one that we could have is Airdramon. Obviously, Airdramon's one of my favourite Digimon. This was a Digimon that was shown in the PVs that we saw early on in the Vital Bracelet's lifespan, along with Betamon, so it could be on a Betamon Dim. But honestly, it could also fit on a Hawkmon Dim, so if we were going Hawkmon as a Dim, we could have Hawkmon evolving into Rinkmon, and obviously the rest of the evolutions like Sylphimon and Valkyriemon and all the other evolutions we know from Hawkmon, but also be nice to see Digimon like Airdramon, which is kind of sort of similar to Hawkmon, even though it's not really seen as much of an evolution from Hawkmon. I feel like it fits fairly well. Another Digimon that could also fit on a Hawkmon Dim would be Thunderbirdmon. I love Thunderbirdmon so much. It's such a cute design. It's just a blue electric bird thing. I adore this Digimon, probably one of my favourites. This is just becoming a Hawkmon Dim video, isn't it? Because I'm about to say Delumon is another one, but that could also fit in a Hawkmon Dim. So really we're just making a Hawkmon Dream roster video, I guess. So surprise on that, I guess. I honestly, when I was brainstorming this video, I didn't know it would go this way, but lots of these Digimon could evolve from Hawkmon, is the takeaway here. So Delumon's great. I love my little bow tie chicken. Probably one of my favourite Digimon. Very, very cute. And also one of those Digimon that's been around for a long time. It has been on Virtual Pets, it has been in the anime, it has had figures, but still not enough. And while we're talking about this supposed Hawkmon Dim that I've just invented, I guess, if we are doing 2 child Digimon per Dim, I guess Muchomon would be a good second Digimon to be on this. Otherwise, we have Piomon, I guess, which hasn't had a Dim card for it yet. And another Digimon, which is kind of like a new Digimon, is Magpiemon, which is, as far as I'm aware, debuted in the Digimon New Century mobile phone game that's coming. I think it's out at the moment in China, and Magpiemon is a fairly unique Digimon to that. So that could also be good on a Dim card. It's also a new Digimon, in the same way that Bluecomon was also unique and exclusive to a Chinese Digimon mobile game. It would be nice to see Magpiemon also appear on a Dim, just in the same way that Bluecomon did. So yeah, those are some Digimon that I think should be on Dim cards, especially if we're going to keep on seeing Dim cards released in the form of BE memories or what have you. So if Bandai wants to continue on with this, with the Vital Bracelet as a form of virtual pet, I really think that there's some Digimon that should be included, especially Hawkmon. I love Hawkmon so much. What else can I say? So let me know in the comments some Digimon that you are either surprised that aren't available on Dim cards, or ones that you would want to see on a Dim card because it's one of your favourites. So let me know all that and more in the comments. Like this video if you also think that Hawkmon's a pretty cool bird. Subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!